Today, let's walk through the steps of how you can sew your own sleep mask. Welcome, I do sewing and DIY related content, and today we're sewing a sleep mask. There is a pattern available for this on my Etsy store, so be sure to check that out. The link will be below, but you will get this pattern piece as well as the written directions in that listing. So for this, you are going to want some sort of cotton material. So you can either do 2 pieces of this cotton material, or if you'd like to step it up a little bit, you could also use satin for one side. So I'm going to be using satin in mine, but if you're a brand new beginner, you can definitely just stick with that cotton fabric. The satin is just going to give it a little bit nicer, kind of smoother feel for a luxury face mask. And then we're also going to want some batting. So I'm going to be using kind of a low loft polyester batting, but I have a whole video on battings if you want more information on the type that are out there. So with all that said, we can go ahead and start cutting out our fabric. So we're going to want one piece of the pattern cut out from the batting. So I'm just going to go through, cut this out, and then you are going to either want 2 pieces of cotton or 1 piece of cotton and 1 piece of satin. So for mine, I'm going to be doing 1 piece of this cotton. Be sure you check the direction of your fabric if you want to make sure it goes a certain way. And then I'm going to be cutting out these little notches. So these notches are going to be used later in the pattern piece. You can either mark them on your fabric or cut them out like I am doing here. So just cutting out these little triangles that will help us later on. You're going to want to do that at least on 1 piece of your pattern that we are cutting out now. So then I'm just going to follow those steps for the second. We are also going to need a band or like a tube. So this is going to be 2 inches by 22 inches. You can either do it like I did here where I folded over my fabric and then just cut like a 2 by 11 inch folded rectangle, or have one long piece. So with our supplies, we can go ahead and get started. The first step is using our tube, and we're just going to be folding this in half lengthwise. So you can see I'm just going through, pinning all of this up, and I'm going to pin it from the start to the finish of this long tube with right sides together. So matching with right sides together, just pinning that all the way up, and then taking one long seam. So at my sewing machine, I'm doing a 1/4 inch seam allowance here, and I'm just going to go through, being sure to backstitch at the beginning and end so I sew up this one nice and long tube. Once that is sewn up, it is now time for us to turn this right side out. So you can see the stitch looks really nice and clean. So I'm just going to go through with a safety pin now and attach this to one end of the tube itself. So I'm just going to push this through to attach it to this tube. If you have a turning tool, you can also use that. It really is whatever you find easiest. I love using a safety pin because it's just so quick and efficient. And then I'm just going to be pushing the safety pin into the tube itself and then guiding it through. Now as you guide it through, you'll see that the fabric sort of starts to turn in on itself. You may need to help it a little bit, but you will be able to turn this right side out. And it'll get to a point when you get to the safety pin at the other end that then you can just kind of pull all this fabric gently through to have it turned right side out. So with this done, we can now go ahead and take the safety pin off. So this sleep mask attaches to our head using elastic, so we are going to be using 1/4 inch wide elastic. I cut out a 12 inch piece of elastic for mine. If you have a slightly larger head or would like it to be a little bit looser, I would suggest doing 14 inches. But now I have my elastic all cut out. Here is what it looks like. So I'm going to take the tube that I just created and bring it down, and I'm going to press this so that it is nice and flat and smooth. And then once we are done pressing it, we can then add the elastic through the tube itself. So pretty simple, but pretty straightforward at this point. For adding the elastic, I'm going to go ahead and just attach the safety pin to the elastic and then very carefully guide it through the tube. Now, as you're going through guiding it, be sure you're paying attention to the other end of the elastic. We don't want that to go into the tube as well. So as I'm doing this, I am watching how much I have left on the other end. And when it gets to a point that it looks sort of short, I'm going to pin this in place just to hold it there. And then I'm going to continue guiding my safety pin through the rest of this tube. And then you'll see that the tube actually starts to gather some because our elastic is shorter than the size of our tube. So now I'm going to take the safety pin off, and then I'm going to pin this side also in place. And then I'm just going to take a seam directly across both of these to hold the elastic towards the end of the tube. For that seam, I'm just doing it a direct seam across, almost like a basting stitch. So this is just to hold it in place. And then I'm going to repeat all of those steps for the second side of the elastic. Now that that is done, we can attach this tube that we've just created to our sleep mask itself. So I'm going to take the piece of cotton that I cut out. If you have multiple pieces of cotton, if you did both, you want the piece that has those notches. So now I'm going to place this tube in between those two notches that we had marked at the beginning. So you can see I just have it lined up there, and then I'm going to pin it so the raw edges are against the raw edges of the sleep mask. And then I'm going to repeat this for the second side. If you did this correctly, the tube is going to be coiled up like this in the middle of your sleep mask. So the raw edges are matching on the edge, and then it's coiled up in the middle. And then I'm just going to take a seam directly across both of those pieces of elastic and the tube to hold it together. So just a really quick seam directly across. I did backstitch both of these just so it's nice and secure. So here's what it should look like if it's done right. You want that nice coil in the middle. Now it's time for us to really bring all of our sleep masks together. So starting with the batting, I have that on the bottom, and then I'm placing my piece of the sleep mask with the right side facing up, then the second piece with the right side facing down. And then I'm going to pin all of this together. And when we get to the top portion of our sleep mask here, I'm just going to leave a 2-inch gap. So we'll go through this a little bit more slowly. So I'm just going to be sewing all the way around the sleep mask, leaving that gap at the top. Now, if everything was constructed right, you'll have your batting at the bottom, and then you'll have a piece of fabric where the right side is matching the second piece of fabric. So the right sides are together, and then the batting is at the bottom of your sleep mask. So now I'm going to go over to my sewing machine and I'm going to begin. So I mark mine with those double pins. So starting at the first double pin, sewing all the way around until I get to the second double pin. Now this does involve sewing on a curve, and I have a whole video available if you want more tips and tricks for that. So here is what our sleep masks look like. If you can see, I went all the way around, sewed it up. Everything looks nice and neat. So what I'm going to do now is clip some of these curves so it's easier for us to turn this. So by that nose portion, I'm just going to make tiny little cuts. I'm not going into the seam itself. And then on the sides of the face mask, I'm going to cut little triangles. This is going to allow me so that when I turn my fabric, the fabric has some place to go in the seam allowance. As you can see though, I'm not cutting into the seam itself. I'm just doing these little notches very close to the seam, but not going into it, just giving my seam allowance a little space to move and to breathe. Once you have this all done, we can go ahead and turn this right side out. So really exciting step. So at that gap at the top, I'm just very carefully going to push this right side out. So be sure to do it gently since this is something that is homemade. And now I'm just going to use my fingers, push this all through. You can use a turning tool if you want to help push any of those seams that may seem to be having a little bit more of a struggle. And then for the gap at the top, you're just going to push the raw edges of your fabric in, and then I'm just going to pin this up directly across. Now, if you would like, you can press this. If you are using satin, be sure to use a low heat setting. Otherwise, you can just kind of finger press this down. So here is what our sleep mask looks like. We are now going to top stitch all the way around the sleep mask itself. Now, I do find it easier to pin all of this up just so I'm holding it in place and I know what I'm going to be top stitching. So here is what my sleep mask looks like at my sewing machine. I'm going to increase the stitch length. I did about 2.8, but you could do it 2.8 to a 3. And then you're just going to take your time and very carefully stitch all the way around using 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. This is going to give you a really professional feel. Be sure to take your time, stop as needed, pivot your fabric as needed so that you can get those really crisp looking seams. So here's what my mask looks like. It looks so nice and neat. I love how it turned out. These are a really fun little project that you can make for yourself, you can make for others. The satin does give it a nice little spa feel. And remember, there's a whole pattern available for this in my Etsy store. So the link is down below if you want the pattern piece and the written instructions. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next. Thanks for watching.